Hey guys, how are ya? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for clicking onto this video. And here we are, one more time, man. Once again, let's do this. Boy, I got, I love Go Black to Africa. I think he's determined. I like the way he moves. I like some of the things that he talks about. Not everything. Some of it kind of confuses me. The obsession with the being Jewish or some stuff like that. It's just, I'm like, damn. But hey, apart from that, I like the brother. But I gotta say, he's wrong on this one, right? As you can see, or as you are going to see, I've downloaded a couple of videos that you're going to see. I'm gonna say something and then I'll play the videos, right? Here's the thing. His recent video, he shows the Senegalese parliament and there's the bro in parliament. And he's talking about how, it's wrong behavior. It's been in us and like indoctrinated into us to act like that and blah, 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 right? I get where it's coming from. I understand this. But this is where sometimes I think there's a misconnection between African Americans and the rest of us. And it's something we need to sit down and talk about and fix it. Because fixing is going to benefit both groups, right? Anyway, so this is why I say he's wrong. First of all, I'm going to start by saying I clearly understand that that black people, we are the only race on this planet. The only race on this planet, especially in the Western world, I have to say that, in the Western world, who the worst people in our society represent the rest of us. What do I mean by that? If you look at especially these big media companies, they will show the thugs in America, shootings and people. They're not gonna show the everyday people that go to work. And because of all the things that have happened to us, we tend, maybe per capita, we will have more people maybe committing crime not because people want to do it, just because of the situation they find themselves in. Okay? But that's probably like 10% of the population, or let's say 15% of the population. That's not the biggest part of the population. The biggest part of the population are you and me, who wake up every day thinking about how we're going to take care of our families, our kids go to nicer schools, and now we're going to plan our day and all that stuff. We're doing everything else that every other person does. However, because the media is so focused on showing that, those people end up represent the rest of us. So other people start viewing us in that lens. That's why you see if there's a black person coming this way, a white woman coming this way, they'll clutch their purse, thinking you're going to do something to them. When the reality is you're probably not even there. Your mind is somewhere else. So I understand why Go Black, when people act a certain way, we get offended or sort of like makes us shrink or cringe. Where we go, why are they acting that way? What's happening here? This is embarrassing. We feel real bad, right? So what happened in the Senegalese parliament? And I looked into this. I think someone talked, about it was something to do with religion, and someone said very bad about an important person in a particular religion. So people reacted, which is normal. I reckon that's normal. There should be boundaries. It's like that Habdo cartoon in France. I looked at it this way. What would make someone wake up one day and say, you know what? Today I just feel like offending 2 billion people in this world by sort of belittling or trying to make someone they find holy or something like that to them, and you wake up one day and you want to belittle that person just to piss them off. What sort of a person would wake up and think like that? It's wrong. There's no two ways about it. It's just wrong. Don't do it. Let's respect each other, and that's the way to live in this world. I respect you, respect me. I respect myself, I respect you. That's it. You go live your life, I go live my life. And that's it. What I believe in is what I believe in. What you believe in is what you believe in. So, but I understand when something like that happened, and a lot of things have been talked about this in America, where they've said, oh, in parliament, black people will be acting like this. I think it was a movie from back in the day called The Birth of a Nation or something, and they were just being negative about everything about black people. In that, it was a racist movie, you know. So when God Black sees something like that, I can understand with everything that he knows. He's a very knowledgeable guy. He's going to have those thoughts. Why is that happening, man? That's embarrassing. And he's going to get embarrassed. But this is, with everything that, because we represented in such a negative way, we want to be exceptional. Exceptional at what we do. You got to be perfect. This is why a white person, when driving in America, when he gets stopped by a police officer, he just got stopped. And it's normal, you can talk to the police officer. Let's flip the coin. A black person gets stopped. It's not going to be normal. He's going to try to be exceptional. You know, I need to have my driver's license. I need to have this. I need to make sure I check. This is working, that's working. So it's like there's this exceptionalism we put on ourselves. Just because if we try to be normal like everybody else, somebody's going to get in trouble. You know, because that's the society in which we live. Because that's how this society retains you. You know. But the reality is, people are just normal, and you should be able to just act normal. You know, it's only that it becomes quite hard to do that in our society. But that's not the rest of the world. That doesn't mean we are not normal. You know, that's just the impact that America has put on black people. It's this pressure they've put on black people, and it makes people act in a not normal way. You know, just because of the pressure. But when you go around the world, people act in a normal way. And this is why I have shown brawls happening in a Japanese parliament. People start fighting and punching each other. That's how it started, from Japan to Hong Kong. From Hong Kong to Europe, Ukraine, people fighting. And I can add more videos of people in Ireland, even in the UK during Brexit. There was a brawl in there. You know, Ukraine, people punching each other. You know, you can add more videos to it. You can look it up. Just say bro in parliament and just start going country by country by country. And I tell you what, for most countries, you're going to find there's been a brawl. In South America, Bolivia, whatever, you name it, people have been fighting in parliament. But if we do it in Africa, for some reason, we monkeys. You know, and this is why we need to change that. We need to come back to just being normal and being us. Being us doesn't mean violence. Being us doesn't mean, you know, hating each other. That's not being us. That's just because of the pressure that's put on black people in the Western world. So on this one, Go Black, you are wrong. You know, people fighting in parliament, that's normal, because people are quite emotional. People are quite emotional. Some people are emotionally connected to the things they represent in parliament. Not every person is bad. Some people are serious about what they do. You gotta be able to communicate to one another without any issues. I get that. But at the same time, people are just humans with emotions. You know, some people feel so emotionally connected to some of the bills that are passed in parliament, to a point where if someone wants to stop it, it's just normal that you can jump them. And that's normal. These things happen in parliaments across the world. It's not just Africans. We don't have to be exceptional all the time. Sometimes we just need to be human. And no human is exceptional. We all have flaws. And sometimes we just need to be human. And that's good enough. Okay? Alright? So watch these videos and let me know what you think. You're going to see a lot of interesting bros, guys. People punching each other's heads off. You know, thank you guys, and thank you for clicking onto this video. Goodbye.
News, the fists were flying in Japan's parliament, and the melee, well, that was caught on camera. This is crazy stuff. Love it. The brawl was between ruling and opposition lawmakers. It erupted when one side criticized the budget proposals from the other side. Members were tackling each other and throwing punches. No word on injuries. Yes, you're watching adults in government in action.
You're on a roll today.
Oh my God. It's Friday,
right?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. It's still ahead.
The reality in Hong Kong today is that whenever Beijing, whenever Carrie Lam and the pro-establishment don't like something, they will do whatever it takes, including breaking the system that we have, the rules that we have. They will twist, they will tear down, they will burn down whatever is in their way. The price of freedom is constant vigilance.
Unruly scenes in Ukraine's new parliament as brawls erupted between opposition deputies and those of the ruling party of the regions. The chaos unfolded after the opposition tried to physically block a vote on the ruling party's nomination for Speaker. Groups of deputies wrestled with one another in the parliament's main rostrum, just as Vladimir Rybak, the region's candidate for Speaker, was about to be announced. The opposition, which includes a Liberal Party led by Vitaly Klitschko, accused the coalition of trying to ram through voting despite violations of parliamentary rules. But the boxing champion stayed out of Thursday's brawl, opting instead to watch from the side of the chamber. This latest clash is one of a series of scuffles which have broken out in the country's parliament. On Wednesday, newly elected far-right nationalists